Hello, welcome to the Agri Academy YouTube channel. So in this lecture, we will start plant physiology. So let's just start our lecture. Firstly, we will read some important points related to plant physiology. The first point is the theory of evolution was given by Charles Darwin. The photorespiration is energy spending process. Photorespiration is nothing but the process by which involves loss of fixed carbon as CO2 in presence of light. Next process is transpiration. The loss of water from the leaves and aerial parts of plant is called as transpiration. Thus, mass flow is affected by transpiration. The conversion of fat to sugar occurs in glyoxysomes. These glyoxysomes are the peroxisomes. Next point is the photorespiration occur in chloroplast of the cell. This chloroplast is present in a plant cell which contains chlorophyll. Next point is photosynthesis is an oxidation reduction process where water is oxidized and carbon dioxide is reduced. Next point is the photosystem second is absent in C4 plants. Example of C4 plants are sorghum, sugarcane and maize. The conversion of fat into carbohydrate occurs in glyoxylate cycle. The precursor of indole acetic acid is tryptophan. This indole acetic acid is an example of natural auxin hormone. The father of plant physiology is Stephen Hales. Cobalt as a constituent of vitamin B12, that is why this vitamin B12 is known as cobalt-mine. The law of tolerance was introduced by Shelford. The glycolysis cycle occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell. This glycolysis cycle is common in both the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Next point is the Krebs cycle and ETC electron transport chain occurs in mitochondria of the cell. This Krebs cycle is known as C4 cycle and it is related to aerobic respiration. The final product of glycolysis is pyruvate. In glycolysis cycle, one molecule of glucose is converted into two molecules of pyruvate. This pyruvate is a 3-carbon compound. Next point is the light or Heal reaction takes place in the grana of chloroplast. Grana is a structure which is formed by pile of thylakoids. And the part which is surrounded by this grana is called as stroma of chloroplast. Dark reaction or the Calvin reaction takes place in the stroma of chloroplast. The most abundant protein in the world is rubisco, that is ribulose biphosphate carboxylase and oxygenase. The one molecule of glucose produces 686 kilocalorie. The highest water use efficiency order is cane plants, then C4 plants and then C3 plants. These cane plants include all the deserts plant and they are having highest water use efficiency. Next point is the cranes type leaf anatomy is found in C4 plants. This cranes anatomy is a specialized feature in C4 plants where the mesophyll cell is clustered around the bundle sheet cells. Next point is the Calvin cycle and Hatch-Slack cycle occurs in chloroplast of the cell. This Calvin cycle is also known as C3 cycle because in this cycle the first stable product is 3-phosphoglyceric acid which is a 3-carbon compound. Next point, the photosynthetic rate is highest in C4 plants. The glucose is a type of monosaccharide sugar. Sugar which is sweetest among all the sugars are fructose. The example of disaccharides are maltose, lactose and sucrose. This disaccharide sugar is formed from 2 monosaccharides unit. Maltose is formed from 2 units of glucose. Lactose is a combination of glucose and galactose and sucrose is formed from glucose and fructose. The example of non-reducing sugar is sucrose. Sucrose is called as non-reducing sugar because it do not have hydroxyl group attached to the anomeric carbon. Next point is the sugar found in germinating seed is maltose. Lactose is a combination of glucose and galactose and this lactose is also known as milk sugar. The term protein is coined by Mulder in 1840. The term enzyme was coined by Cutines. The lock and key model of enzymes was proposed by Fischer. The term vitamin was proposed by Funk. The bond that joins the amino acid is called as carboxyl bond. Crane's anatomy was shown by C4 plants who used the term florigen for a flowering stimulus hormone, that is Chalakyan. The mineral element which is involved in stomatal movement is potassium. This potassium ion is responsible for the opening and closing of stomata. The light reaction of photosynthesis takes place in thylakoids. These thylakoids are present in grana of chloroplast. The breaking of seed dormancy by low temperature treatment of moist seeds is known as stratification. The RNA synthesis takes place in ribosomes. The essential factor for germination of seed is air. The soaking up of water by dry substances due to hydrophilic colloids is known as imbibition. Imbibition is the first step in germination of seed. The shrinkage of protoplasm due to the outward flow of water in a hypertonic solution is known as plasmolysis. Hypertonic solution means a solution where external solution is having high solute concentration than the body fluid. In this condition, the water comes out from the cell and the cell shows shrinkage. The effect of global warming is somewhat good on C4 plants because they are efficient users of carbon dioxide. In 1943, the Emerson and Lewis observed that quantum yield declined sharply at wavelength greater than 600 nm in red zone. It is known as red drop. The red spectrum of light, which is the most effective for inducing flowering in both the short day and long day plant. This red spectrum ranges from 580 nm to 680 nm. In 1920, Otto Warburg found that photosynthesis in algae was inhibited by oxygen. This occurs in all the C3 plants and this effect is known as Warburg effect. The light intensity at which the photosynthetic intake of carbon dioxide is equal to the respiratory output of carbon dioxide is known as compensation point. Compensation point means the point at which rate of photosynthesis becomes equals to the rate of respiration. The net photosynthesis is zero at the compensation point. Next term is vernalization, the cold treatment to a plant bud or seedling in order to fulfill a specific low temperature requirement is known as vernalization. The term vernalization was given by T.D. Lansko. The translocation of water and nutrients from the roots to above ground parts of plant takes place through xylem and the translocation of food takes place through phloem. The mineral deficiency in plants can be quickly corrected by foliar spray. The angle between hydrogen and oxygen molecule in water molecule is 104.5 degree. The total amount of water present in soil is called as Hollard. Hollard equals to icar plus kezard. Kezard is a water which is available to the plants and icar is a water which is not available to plants. Only capillary water is available to the plants. The mass flow or the pressure flow theory for the movement of food was given by Munch. The most abundant chemical present in cell wall is lignin. The accumulation of hormone during stress is known as proline hormone. The photorespiration occurs in C3 plants in light only. The nutrient which is involved in biosynthesis of indole acetic acid is zinc. Topic is important types of proteins. First is collagen protein which is present in muscles. Keratin protein is present in hair and nails. Fibroin protein is present in silk. In the insect wings, elastin protein is present. In enzymes, regulatory proteins are present. Now we will start units of plant physiology. Plant physiology is the study of vital or functional activities of plants. These functional activities includes the photosynthesis, respiration, transpiration processes. Next, the term is diffusion. Diffusion means movement of molecules of gases, liquids and solids from the region of high concentration to the region of low concentration until an equilibrium is reached among the molecules throughout the available space. This is known as diffusion. Diffusion simply means spreading or dispersion of particles in all direction. For example, the spreading of scent molecules in rooms. In plants, in the photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide diffuses in the leaves. Other examples of diffusions are when the gas is dispersed into liquid, it is known as a foam. When liquid into gas, it is called as cloud, and solid into gas is known as smoke. In smoke, solid particles are present in gases. Next process is osmosis. Osmosis is a special type of diffusion of liquid through a semi-permeable membrane. It means diffusion of liquids from lower concentration of solution to higher concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. Osmosis process occurs only in the liquid. Plant cell membrane is a semi-permeable type of membrane, or it is a selectively semi-permeable membrane which allows only the selected particles to enter into the cell. The example of osmosis is swollen of kishmish in water. In a pure solvent, the value of osmotic potential is 0, which is the highest. These osmosis are of two types, endoosmosis and exoosmosis. When the solvent of lower concentration enters into the cell, it is known as endoosmosis. Endo means inside. When the water enters into the cell, it is known as endoosmosis. For example, kishmish swell in water due to endoosmosis. The outward movement of solvent from high concentration medium is known as exoosmosis. Whenever we soak some kishmish in water, the water enters into the cell, and this is known as endoosmosis. In pickled salt, exoosmosis occurs. Next is plasmolysis. A plasmolysis is the shrinkage of protoplasm due to outward flow of water in a hypertonic solution. See, there are three types of solution: hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic solution. When the external solution is having higher solute concentration as compared to body fluid, it is known as hypertonic solution. When the body fluid is having high solute concentration, then it is known as hypotonic solution. In hypotonic solution, swelling of cell occur, and in hypertonic solution, the cell becomes shrink. And in isotonic solution, both the cell and external solution is having same solute concentration, and the cell remains as it is. If a plasmolysed cell is kept in a pure water, the cell attains their original shape and size due to endoosmosis, and this phenomenon is known as deplasmolysis, which is a reverse of plasmolysis. The excessive use of fertilizers in the soil kill the plant due to plasmolysis, because in this condition the external solution become hypertonic. Next is diffusion pressure deficit. It is also called as suction pressure. It is the force per unit area by which the water enters into the cell. The formula of this diffusion pressure deficit is OP minus TP, where OP means osmotic pressure, TP means turgor pressure. So what you mean by turgor pressure? When this water enters in a cell due to swelling of cell, a pressure is exerted by the cell solution on the cell wall. It is known as turgor pressure, and in this condition cell becomes turgid. And when a turgid cell, the cell wall exerts an opposite pressure on the cell membrane. This force is called as wall pressure. In flaccid cell, where there is almost no water, the value of dPd is highest. Water potential is always negative and the maximum value is 0. Next topic is solution. I have already explained about this. After this, the next topic is imbibition, the absorption of water by dry woody substances due to the hydrophilic colloids. It is known as imbibition. Here is a difference between adsorption and absorption. In absorption process, all the particles are absorbed and accumulated in the body, but in adsorption process, the particles are accumulated only on the surface of the body. So whenever this adsorption of water occurs by woody substances, it is known as imbibition. Imbibition is the first step in seed germination. Now the second unit is water relation. The absorption of water takes place in terminal portion of the roots, which is known as root hairs. The root hairs are more developed in xerophytes and it is absent in hydrophytes. Xerophytes include the plants which lives in desert habitat. There are two types of absorption, active absorption and passive absorption. Active absorption means absorption where the energy is spent. When there is a requirement of energy, it is known as active absorption. Only a small portion of water is absorbed by this active absorption, and most of the water is absorbed by passive absorption where no need of energy. Passive absorption is controlled by activities of aerial parts like shoots, leaves of plant due to the pressure exerted by transpiration. Hence, the energy is not required. Next important topic is ascent of cell sap. The upward movement of water from stem base to the tree top, it is called as ascent of sap. So why it is called as sap? Because it includes both the water and nutrients which moves upward from the roots to the upper parts of plant. There are a lot of theories which explains the mechanism of ascent of sap. But here we will learn about only three important theories. The first is vital theories. This theory was given by Gold-Lewski in 1884 and the pulsation theory was given by Sir J.C. Bose in 1923. पल्सेशन थ्योरी में बताया था कि प्लांट्स के अंदर जो एक्टिविटीज चलती हैं, मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटीज हैं, उनकी वजह से प्लांट्स के अंदर एक रिदमिक पल्सेशन चलता रहता है और इस पल्सेशन की वजह से वाटर का अपवर्ड मूवमेंट होता है. बट दिस थ्योरी वाज रिजेक्टेड बिकॉज the cells of plants are dead and the water is passively absorbed and there is no need of energy. So the next theory is root pressure theory. It was coined by Stephen Hales in 1727. The hydrostatic pressure developed due to accumulation of water absorbed by the root is called as root pressure, and this root pressure was measured by manometer. रूट प्रेशर थ्योरी में बताया था कि एसेंट ऑफ सैप के लिए रूट प्रेशर इन्वॉल्व होता है, बट इट इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल फॉर टॉल प्लांट्स अबाउट 20 meters हाई, एंड इवन इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ दिस रूट प्रेशर एसेंट ऑफ सैप ऑल्सो अकर. नेक्स्ट इज फिजिकल थ्योरीज. फर्स्ट इज कैपिलरी थ्योरी. इट वॉज गिवन बाय बोहेम इन 1809. He stated that water rises in narrow tubes due to the surface tension. Next is imbibitional theory. This was given by Sack in 1878. He said that imbibition activity of cell wall of xylem is responsible for the ascent of sap. And the next theory is cohesion and adhesion theory, or we can say that transpiration pool theory. This theory was propounded by Dixon and Joly in 1894. This theory is most accepted theory. Due to the transpiration, the water column inside the plant is pulled up and that leads to ascent of sap. Here a cohesion occurs between water and water molecule and adhesion occurs between water molecule and surface of plants. Now the next topic is loss of water in plants. The first process is transpiration. The loss of water in the form of living aerial parts of the plant in the form of water vapor is termed as transpiration. This transpiration is a necessary evil because it is responsible for the ascent of sap. It cools down the leaf surface of the plants. Nearly 99% of the water absorbed by plant is lost due to transpiration. It is a vital and unavoidable phenomenon of plants. This transpiration is regulated by stomata activities. The principal organ of transpiration is leaf. Again, this foliar transpiration is of two types, stomatal transpiration and cuticular transpiration. By this stomatal transpiration, 80 to 90% transpiration occur, and due to this cuticular transpiration up to 20% transpiration occur. Now the next topic is stomata. We all know the stomata. Stomata are the tiny pores which are present on leaves. These are specialized epidermal cells which are distributed all over leaf surface, but in the case of terrestrial plants, mainly on lower surface of leaves. Approximately 97% of transpiration takes place from the lower surface in such plants. Each stomata has two kidney-shaped guard cells. The inner wall of guard cell is thick and the outer wall is thin. Next topic is mechanism of stomata opening and closing. Opening and closing of stomata are due to its turgidity and flaccidity respectively. When the cell is turgid, opening of stomata occurs, and when the cell is in flaccid condition, stomata become closed. It means that stomatal movement is governed by the turgor pressure. When the turgor pressure of this guard cell is increases, the stomata are opened, and when this pressure is decreased, the stomata are closed. The rate of transpiration is determined by photometer. Remember that the root pressure is measured by manometer and transpiration rate is measured by photometer. Next process is guttation. This guttation term was given by Bergerstein. The exudation of water with salt and minerals through the hydatoid is called as guttation. These hydatoids are the structure which are present on tips of veins of leaf. It is caused due to root pressure. This guttation normally occurs at night. The stomata is closed. At that time, the plant secretes some excess fluid or liquid from the leaf or blades of leaf. Now the next unit is photosynthesis, unit number 3. The photosynthetic pigments are chlorophyll and carotenoid. First is chlorophyll pigment. The chlorophyll occurs in grana plastid and are associated with the thylakoid membrane. The center of the porphyrin ring of chlorophyll A and B contains a single atom of magnesium. These chlorophyll pigments are of two types, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. The empirical formula of this chlorophyll A is C55H72O5 and 4 Mg. In all the green plants, this chlorophyll A is present. This chlorophyll B is present in higher plants and also in green algae, but it is absent in red algae. Second pigment is carotenoids. Both the carotene and xanthophylls are together called as carotenoid. It belongs to the large group of compound called terpenoids. These are fat-soluble yellow pigment. These carotenoids are located in the chloroplast and the chromoplast of the plastids. This carotene is an orange-yellow colored pigment which is having empirical formula C40H56. It is abundant in roots of carrot. Hence, it is named as carotene. Its most common form is beta carotene. This beta carotene is the precursor of vitamin A. It is quickly oxidized in water, hence the rapid change of color takes place in the scalped carrot. Next pigment is xanthophyll. It is more abundant than this carotene. It is having yellow to brown color. It is also called as carotenol. The principal yellow pigment of maize is due to zeaxanthin. This zeaxanthin is important. It may asked in exam. Third pigment is anthocyanin. It is a purple pigment. It is present in sugar beet and apple. It does not take part in photosynthesis. Next topic is photosynthesis. We all know about photosynthesis, the formation of carbohydrate from utilizing carbon dioxide and water by illuminated the green cells and oxygen liberated as byproduct. It is called as photosynthesis. In presence of light and chlorophyll, the carbon dioxide and water forms one molecule of glucose and the oxygen gas is liberated. This reaction is light sensitive, that is why it is called as photochemical reaction. In this reaction, both the chemical and light are responsible. The source of oxygen during photosynthesis is water. In this photosynthetic reaction, the water is oxidized and the carbon dioxide is reduced. The conversion of light energy into the chemical energy or ATP, it is called as photophosphorylation. The breakdown of water molecule H2O into hydrogen and oxygen by the light energy is called as photolysis of water, where lysis means breakdown and photo means light. तो जब भी वाटर का ब्रेकडाउन होता है लाइट की प्रेजेंस में, इट इज नोन एज फोटोलाइसिस ऑफ वाटर. इट हैज टू phases, light phase and dark phase. The light reaction occurs in grana of chloroplast and it is dependent on the pigments. In chloroplast, in the presence of light, this water is converted into oxygen and this oxygen is released. Next is immersion effect. The green plant, when exposed to the monochromatic light, that is wavelength greater than 680 nm in red zone, this prolonged duration of red zone decreases the rate of photosynthesis and this also decreases the quantum yield. This effect is known as red drop. Red drop की कंडीशन में फोटोसिंथेटिक रेट कम हो जाती है और जैसे ही हम इसे 680 nm से ज़्यादा वेवलेंथ की लाइट के साथ एक्सपोज करते तो उस टाइम पे फोटोसिंथेटिक रेट इंक्रीज हो जाती है और एनहांसमेंट हो जाता है. दिस इफेक्ट इज नोन एज इमर्सन एनहांसमेंट इफेक्ट. In this effect, the quantum yield produced by the mixed light was greater than the total yield got the same from the two beams of light used separately. This enhancement effect is known as immersion effect. Now second reaction is dark reaction. In the dark reaction, carbon dioxide fixation occurs. The reaction of this dark phase are temperature sensitive and it does not require the light. It is purely a chemical reaction which does not depend on light and it is called as Blackman's reaction, on the name F.F. Blackman, who first demonstrated its existence. Next topic is Calvin cycle or the C3 cycle. This is predominantly found in wheat, rice, soybean, cotton, sunflower, barley and pulses, and these plants are called as C3 plants. It is called as C3 cycle because in this cycle the first stable product is phosphoglyceric acid, which is a 3-carbon compound. This Calvin cycle is a light independent reaction. In this Calvin cycle, carbon dioxide fixation occurs. Due to this, carbon dioxide forms sugar, which is a food of autotrophs. Next is Blackman's law of minima or the law of limiting factor. If the light intensity is increased by twice but the carbon dioxide concentration is constant, then there will be no increase in photosynthetic rate. This is known as law of limiting factor. This law states that if the chemical process is affected by more than one factor, then the rate is determined by the factor which is nearest to the minimal value. This law is called as law of minima or law of limiting factor. Now the next is Hatch-Slick cycle and the C4 cycle. This C4 cycle occurs in sugarcane, maize, sorghum and bajra. C4 plants are having cranes anatomy in their leaves. This cranes anatomy means the mesophyll cells of the leaf are accumulated around the bundle sheet cells. The first stable product of the C4 cycle is oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4-carbon compound. The PEP carboxylase enzyme have high affinity for carbon dioxide and hence C4 plants are able to absorb carbon dioxide strongly from a much lower carbon dioxide concentration than the C3 plants. Most of the weeds belongs to C4 plants. These C4 plants are having higher rate of photosynthesis, and due to this they are having photosynthetic rate is higher and they are lacking photorespiration. This C4 cycle takes place in bundle sheet and the mesophyll cells of the chloroplast. Here C3 cycle occur in bundle sheet cells. Now the next is cressulation acid metabolism. All the cane plants have succulent habitat. Such plants have also the capability of fixing the carbon dioxide which is lost in respiration. Such plants behaves like C4 plants during the night and as a C3 plants during the day. These plants have slowest photosynthetic rate. In cane plants, stomata occurs during the night and closed during the daytime to reduce the transpiration loss. The example of these cane plants are onion, garlic and lily. Now, in this table, a comparison is given between C3, C4 and cane plants. First point is the site of cycle. This C3 cycle occurs in mesophyll of the cell. This C4 cycle occurs in both the mesophyll and bundle sheet cells. And the cane cycle occurs in mesophyll and the vacuole of cell. Then the first stable product of this C3 cycle is PGA, which is a 3-carbon compound. For C4 plants it is oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4-carbon compound, and for cane plants the first stable product is both the PGA and OAA. Then the carbon dioxide acceptor is in C3 plants it is RUBP, in C4 plants it is phosphoenol pyruvate, for cane plant it is also phosphoenol pyruvate. Next point of comparison is dark reaction through in Calvin cycle in the C3 plants and in Calvin cycle and Hatch-Sachs cycle in C4 plants. The compensation point for C3 plants is 50 ppm and for C4 plant it is 1 to 5 ppm. The photosynthetic rate is highest in C4 plants than in C3 plants and the least in cane plants. The biomass production is highest in C4 plants than in C3 plants and the least in cane plants. The light saturation point is also highest in C4 plants, medium in cane plants and least in C3 plants. The rate of photorespiration is highest in C3 plants than medium in cane plants and the least in C4 plants. The water use efficiency is highest in cane plants, medium in C4 plants and the least in C3 plants. The transpiration rate is highest in C3 plants, medium in C4 plants and the least in cane plants. Now the next topic is respiration. Croto first time introduced the term photorespiration to refer to the release of carbon dioxide in respiration in presence of light. In photorespiration, the higher concentration of O2 induced by high light, which checks the production of two molecules of phosphoglyceric acid and forms glycolate instead of one molecule of PGA. In this photorespiration, H2O2 is formed. This photorespiration is known as C2 cycle because the first stable compound is 2-carbon compound glycolate. This photorespiration does not form any ATP and it is the energy consuming process. It occurs between the chloroplast, peroxisomes and mitochondria of the cell. The respiration means when the energy is released by the oxidation of various photosynthetic products, especially the carbohydrate, by the process is called as respiration. In respiration, the glucose is break down into carbon dioxide and water, which is opposite to the photosynthesis, and this process releases 686 kilocalorie. Next topic is mechanism of respiration. The first and common step in respiration is called as glycolysis or EMP pathway, Emerson, Mayer and Parnaff pathway. The one molecule of glucose gives two molecules of pyruvic acid. Hence, the end product of this glycolysis is pyruvic acid. It occurs in cytoplasm under the anaerobic condition. This glycolysis cycle is common for both the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Next, the acetyl coenzyme A link both the glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Here, the two molecules which is formed in glycolysis cycle or further will be oxidized through the Krebs cycle. The two molecule of NADH2 further will be used for electron transport system to release the water. The total molecule of ATP through glycolysis in presence of O2 will be 8. Both the ETS and Krebs cycle takes place in mitochondria under the aerobic condition only. During the molecule breakdown of glucose, net 36 ATP molecules are formed. Next topic is respiratory quotient. The RQ is the ratio of volume of the CO2 released to the volume of O2 is absorbed in the respiration. It is called as respiratory ratio. RQ equals to volume of released CO2 divided by volume of absorbed oxygen. RQ for fat is 0.7, for protein it is 0.8 to 0.9, for carbohydrate it is 1, for succulent plant it is 0, and for organic acid it is greater than 1. Now the last unit is photoperiodism, unit number 5. The response of plant to daylight period, especially flowering behavior, is called as photoperiodism. Photo means light and periodism means duration. The duration of light required for plant, especially for the flowering behavior, it is called as photoperiodism. The term photoperiodism was coined by Garner and Allard in 1920. They classified plants into three categories: short day plant, long day plant and neutral plants. Short day plants, such plants requires the day length less than 12 hours for flower initiation. For example, tobacco, soybean, rice. Generally, the kharif crops and mainly tropical plants are short day plants. Next is long day plants. Such plants require more than 14 hours daylight for flower initiation. For example, wheat, barley, sugar beet, castor, generally the rabi crops. And the third type is day neutral plants. Such plants are unaffected by the day length. For example, maize, tomato, buckwheat, sunflower, cotton and cucumber. So this lecture is all about plant physiology. In the next lecture, we will start extension. So thanks for watching and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.